In February 2025, the Department of Justice filed a lawsuit against New York State. This legal action targets New York's controversial green light law. The lawsuit names Governor Kathy Hochul, Attorney General Letitia James, and DMV Commissioner Mark Schroeder. Leading the charge for the DOJ is Attorney General Pam Bondi. The lawsuit quickly gained national attention, representing the latest clash between state and federal authority. At the heart of the matter is immigration policy. The DOJ argues that the law hinders federal immigration enforcement. New York officials maintain the law's validity and importance. This case has significant implications, touching upon issues of state versus federal power. The outcome will likely have far-reaching consequences, impacting both New York State and the national landscape. The lawsuit has sparked strong reactions. Advocates for immigrants' rights worry about the potential erosion of protections for undocumented immigrants. Some law enforcement officials welcome the DOJ's intervention, citing concerns about public safety. Others argue that the lawsuit could damage trust between immigrant communities and law enforcement. To understand the lawsuit, it's essential to understand the Green Light Law. Enacted in 2019, this law allows undocumented immigrants to obtain driver's licenses. Supporters argued it would improve road safety and allow undocumented immigrants to live more fully. However, the law goes further than just licenses. It includes provisions that restrict data sharing, making it more difficult for federal immigration agencies to access DMV data. One specific provision has drawn the DOJ's ire, the tip-off provision. This part of the law requires the DMV to notify undocumented individuals if ICE requests their information. This is meant to give individuals a chance to prepare and prevent unwarranted detentions or deportations. The Green Light Law quickly became a lightning rod for controversy. Supporters hailed it as a victory for human rights and public safety. They argued that allowing undocumented immigrants to drive legally would make roads safer. Opponents voiced strong concerns, arguing it rewarded illegal immigration and could hinder law enforcement efforts. The law became a flashpoint in the national debate about immigration. It highlighted the deep divisions in American society. The outcome of this lawsuit will likely have far-reaching consequences. The DOJ's lawsuit hinges on several key arguments. They argue that the Green Light Law obstructs federal immigration enforcement. They claim it makes it more difficult to track down and deport undocumented immigrants. They point specifically to the data sharing restrictions. The tip-off provision is particularly contentious. The DOJ argues that this provision is unconstitutional and interferes with federal immigration laws. They also claim it could pose a risk to public safety. By tipping off individuals about ICE investigations, the DOJ argues, the law could allow dangerous criminals to evade capture. Attorney General Pam Bondi has been a vocal critic of the Green Light Law. In announcing the lawsuit, she stated, "New York has chosen to prioritize illegal aliens over American citizens. It stops today." Bondi and the DOJ argue that the Green Light Law undermines federal authority. They are seeking to have the law declared unconstitutional. To bolster their case, the DOJ has cited several examples, including the tragic case of Tammy Noble's daughter. While this case is undeniably tragic, it's important to note that the connection between the Green Light Law and the accident is disputed. New York officials have vehemently denied the DOJ's allegations. They argue that the Green Light Law is constitutional and necessary. They maintain that it protects the rights and safety of all New Yorkers. Governor Kathy Hochul has called the lawsuit a publicity stunt and a politically motivated attack. Hochul and other New York officials argue that the law makes roads safer. They point to studies showing a decrease in uninsured drivers and hit-and-run accidents in states with similar laws. They also argue that it allows undocumented immigrants to live more freely and contribute more fully to their communities. New York officials emphasize that the Green Light Law does not prevent federal agencies from accessing information. They state that federal agents can still obtain DMV data with a warrant. Attorney General Letitia James has been equally forceful in her defense of the law. James and her team are prepared to vigorously defend the Green Light Law in court. The DOJ's lawsuit against New York State is just one battle in a much larger war. It's part of a broader political and social conflict over immigration in the United States. The Trump administration has made cracking down on illegal immigration a cornerstone of its agenda. The Green Light Law and similar laws in other states represent a direct challenge to the Trump administration's policies. They reflect a growing movement among some states and cities to provide sanctuary and support to undocumented immigrants. These jurisdictions argue that they are upholding human rights and promoting public safety by integrating undocumented immigrants into their communities. This clash of ideologies has created deep divisions in American society. The debate over immigration is often heated and emotional. The Green Light Law lawsuit is a stark reminder of these divisions. The outcome of this case could have significant implications for the future of immigration policy in the United States. If the DOJ is successful, it could embolden opponents of sanctuary policies to take further action. Conversely, if New York State prevails, it could encourage other jurisdictions to pass similar laws. Stay informed on this and other important issues. Subscribe to VisionStream News today for the latest updates and in-depth analysis.